AgWeek Weather is sponsored by Bremer Bank. Connect with a banker today at bremer.com.
What kind of weather can we expect as we head into the holiday season? Here's John with our Agri-weather outlook.
As the weather travels along into the mid part and latter part of December, the holiday season, we're still not seeing any sign of Arctic-type air dropping into the lower 48. It is generally fairly mild. That being said, it has not been particularly warm in the south, and in particular the southeastern Atlantic seaboard, southern part. It's just been a little cooler than average, kind of a disappointing season. Both of these fairly typical with the strong El Nino pattern that we're seeing right now. Now, we haven't had a great deal of stormy weather anywhere in the Great Plains, Northern Plains, a couple of little tiny weather systems, but nothing major. The south has had some serious storms. What I see for holiday weather is a chance of some of that to move a little bit further north as we get toward the holiday due to a changing shift in the upper level winds. What we have right now, subtropical jet pretty far north and fairly strong. Northern jet stream relatively weak and definitely displaced to the north. That keeps the really frigid weather, the sub-zero stuff, basically Hudson Bay and the high Arctic. And that's really about it. Kind of cool down here through the Midwest by cold, the dark blue, that's where temperatures are below freezing or near freezing. And most of this is really not terribly cold. We're not seeing any unusually cold air anywhere in the United States, except this region down here, the Mid-South, the southern Atlantic states, just a little bit on the chilly side, the southern Appalachians, and it's just going to be that way for a while. Out along the West Coast, nothing really changes that much. And of course, the higher elevations of the mountains are cold, mostly because of the higher elevations. Nothing unusually cold about this pattern as well. As we go through the week, I expect the southern or subtropical jet stream to once again drop down where it can grab some of that strong El Nino type energy from the tropical Pacific and likely spin up another storm system. But as the time that this trough begins to form, that storm could come a little bit further north, perhaps in time for the holidays. I don't have the feeling yet that it's going to be a monster storm, and it may not even be cold enough for a lot of snow. It may be a lot of rain, wet snow kind of thing in somewhere in the Middle West. That's the only storm that I see between now and about the end of the year. As far as the precipitation goes, this week leading up to Christmas will likely be quite dry in the midsection of the country and quite wet here in the Pacific Northwest. The second week, there's our storm. A lot of it rain, maybe a little rain snow. Could move a little further north or a little further south from this. The wet pattern will continue in the Pacific Northwest, most of the northern plains and southern Canada, likely not much more than light precipitation at best.